Hi everyone, this is Marina Shepelsky. I'm here with my weekly immigration news live. I'm gonna give it a few minutes for more people to join. I will log into the Instagram so I can see my friends on Instagram responding with comments, with understand this is not meant to be any kind of legal advice in your personal situation. Of course, for your personal legal advice, we will ask you to please call the office, do a consultation. You can find us on our website, shepelskylaw.com. There's a contact form there. If you don't feel like calling, you can fill in your name and phone number. We will call you. We will contact you. Harry Raoul says hello on Instagram. Hello, hello. I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. I'm happy to be with you guys here. I can't wait to answer your questions, but also I want to talk about immigration news. So the biggest immigration news this week was that after all the H1B work visas were submitted, USCIS flagged around 400,000 potentially fraudulent fake petitions from people who filed many petitions instead of one, like you're allowed to do by law. So when you have one employee and you want to file for them, you file one petition. These companies filed 10, 20, 30 petitions. As a result, the complete number of applicants for the H1B lottery in March 2021 was around 800,000 for like 130,000 spots. At the end, only 85,000 even get anything. But 400,000 were deleted from the lottery. So unexpectedly, complete surprise, USA ran the second round, another lottery for the same people who applied, so they couldn't take new applications. But the same people who applied, they looked at them again. So this was the second try, and some people were selected. So another 40,000 people were selected because, as it turns out, in the first round, only half elected were actually eligible. So 40 more thousand spots became available, and they selected 40 more thousand. My office filed for two people who were on, they were students. So they were on student OPT, like practicing internship students. And unfortunately, we didn't win for either one of them. They were both lawyers from another country. One was already admitted, a New York lawyer, took the bar license. The other one is taking the exam. Sadly, their status is ending and we have to say goodbye because we didn't win. They're not going to be able to get a visa. So we can't work with somebody who doesn't have a work authorization. There you go. This is my story. I'm also in this like you guys are. So there you go. What else is going on in the world of immigration news? Asylum is right now turning into this process where people are applying at the US border using the app CBP1. CBP1, you have to be in Mexico. The app CBP1 with a Mexican SIM card in your phone, apply for asylum at the border through there. But some people, there's no other way to apply. They tried a visa, they got denied. So they just go to the border and ask for asylum through the app. Also reminding you, if you're applying for asylum that way, you need to have a US sponsor, like a guarantor, who can do a letter for you, a special letter that they can invite you to their home. They will provide you with an address. They will make sure in the early stages of your life in the US, and they can provide an address for immigration court and ICE to mail you paperwork. So just a reminder that working, that has decreased the number of people standing in the border by like 85% or something. So there's now very few people anymore standing at the border. Most people are staying in Mexico and applying through their cell phones. So that helped with the border crisis a little bit. Also, USCIS and the National Visa Center will be sending emails with invitations to come with a special parole for people from 4 countries. Let me tell you what they are so I don't make a mistake. Uh, one moment. It's Latin American countries, of course. Okay, so invitations are to be issued for, it's called the program, this is a new program, the family reunification parole process. So if you filed for a family member an I-130 petition and it was already approved in the countries of Colombia, El Salvador, Guatemala, or Honduras, NVC will email you and send you a letter asking your relative to come here with a special parole and file for a green card inside the United States. They don't have to wait years anymore. They're pulling them out of those long queues, the lines, and they will be mailing them letters to come here with a letter of parole. So if you have a family member that you've been waiting to unify with, you had a filed I-130 petition from Colombia, El Salvador, Guatemala, or Honduras, you'll be able to use this process to bring them here, and you can check out the page that USA has created for this called the FRP Family Reunion Process webpage. And don't forget, you will have to first, before they can come here, as a sponsor, the petitioner submit the online affidavit of support form I-134A. They've been loving the results of this program. They've already used it for Ukraine and other countries. It's working really well. So this new FRP program will go through the USCIS affidavit of support process for only the people invited. So you will receive an invitation with all the information. This is kind of big waiting in countries, and they are skipping them ahead of the line. Keep that in mind. Just saying hi to some of my friends here. Mama Nish says hi on YouTube. 1 second. You know what it is? I realized that when my assistant sets this up, it doesn't go to my personal Facebook. So now I added it. There you go. Hi, friends, on my personal Facebook page. This is Marina Shepelsky. I'm reintroducing myself because I wasn't connected to this live before. So just saying hi to some of my friends. Manish says hello and good morning, madam, on YouTube. People are asking questions already. I'll get to them in a minute. Feel free for now to post your questions. Christine Mendonca says good morning to you. Marina, hello, good morning to you. Let's see, is anyone saying hello on Instagram? Good morning, says Faisal Chowdhury, 33. Very nice. Varinder Singh Baines asking, do you provide work visa to unskilled workers? I do if you have a sponsor. I don't provide sponsors. That's illegal. So if you found a sponsor and the unskilled worker, it's program. It's a really good program for hotels, for restaurants, for amusement parks. So seasonal or temporary workers, construction laborers. If you find a sponsor, I can help you with that visa. But if you don't have a sponsor, unfortunately, I cannot. For now, maybe one day I'll find sponsors and they can work with us. But for now, no. Hello, how are you? Says Vijay Ranga. Let's see. I don't know, but let me do this again. Last week, a federal court in California struck down the third country transit ban for people for asylum. What does that mean? That means that if before, after Title 42 ended, and they stopped using the public health as a reason to deny people, they switched to deny people because people traveled to a third country to get to America. You know, if you're from the European side of the world or even from Latin America, directly to Mexico, right? You have to go through third countries. So they had like a ban, an automatic ban on anyone trying to do that. The federal court judge said this is illegal. You cannot do that. For 2 more weeks, this program is going to be in place. And then I guess starting next week, the transit ban is not going to be used by immigration, but we all think this might go up to the next level, appeals court for appeal. So we'll see how this turns out. But for now, the federal court struck down the third country transit ban. So that was in the news. Let's see. They updated the rules about identifying public charge people. So that's when you have a family petition and you don't have a good sponsor, and you will be likely to use like public free insurance and get like welfare and other things. Of course, we all remember what happened on the Trump when they made this crazy form and crazy requirements that were far more than the law about public charge rules was. And this is again for people who need a sponsor in the US, which is everyone. But then they went into all kinds of details about your education and health and all this other stuff. Another interesting piece of news that someone on the Republican side, let me see, I'm going to tell you exactly who. I'm sorry. Okay, I got this information. So Senator Vance, okay, from Ohio, Republican senator, of course, from Ohio, Senator Vance suggested a new bill. That bill is like a proposal for a law in Congress that would require some immigrants coming here on tourist visa, for example, to deposit like an escrow or trust account deposit up to $15,000, like a bond, to prevent them from breaking and overstaying their visa. So Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio introduced this legislation in Congress on Thursday, and he said this would require immigrants with temporary visas to pay thousands of dollars, like a bond, before entering U.S. as part of the American effort to crack down on visa overstay. They gave it a name. It's called the Timely Departure Act. Timely departures means leave on time. The Timely Departure Act would require some foreign nationals seeking admission to the U.S. on a temporary visa to pay between $5,000 to $15,000 on bond or a cash payment, and they would get the money back when they leave U.S. on time without breaking their visa rules. If they overstay, however, that money would be kept by the Department of Homeland Security to help solve 2 problems at once. Make people return to the country on time with their visas, and give money for the people who don't overstay. Who do overstay, the money will be earned by the Department of Homeland Security for their budget that they're always short on money and staff, right? So we'll see what happens. Just like some other legislation that was introduced in Congress, this might die out, nothing will happen, or they might talk about it. For now, I don't know anything else about this. This is the only thing in the news that I saw. Also, no news yet on the Dignity Act. The Dignity Act that was introduced in 2023, in May, end of May. Since then, I haven't seen any news about it. So people keep asking me about it. Marina, talk about this, talk about that. Since this was introduced, all I've seen is this articles reposting the introduction of this news, and nothing new was said about it. I think that most Congress is like on vacation in the summer. Nothing major is happening this summer. Let me see. Do I see anything else? Nothing new. Just the same thing over and over again. Other people reposting what was said already about the Dignity Act. And finally, I can't not mention this, but former President Trump was indicted one more time, besides all the other criminal indictments that he's faced. because of the documents that he allegedly took from the White House to his personal house. In addition to that, this is a new indictment for conspiracy to defraud the United States and to overturn the election where President Biden was elected. We will see how this plays out. There's a huge debate about this. Of course, on the Democrat side, people are saying he's a criminal. He did so many bad things. On the Republican side, they're saying this will never stick in court. And by the way, there's just one public prosecutor working on this, and everyone is hating on him. We'll see what happens. I personally don't like President Trump. I don't want to see him elected. I think he's just he's not a good candidate for president. I don't want my country to have that kind of president. I agree with some of the things the Republican Party wants. I disagree with many of the things that they want. I agree with some of the Democrat stuff. I disagree with some of the Democrat stuff. I don't really get into politics. My only issue is, immigrants. I'm always on the side of legalizing immigrants, making things easier, streamlining, automating the immigration system, reducing these crazy delays, especially for family unification, reducing these crazy delays for asylum. I personally don't have time or experience or really deep understanding about a lot of other issues because I spend my days and nights working on immigration. So as far as politics is concerned, I'm a libertarian. I'm for neither party. I'm not registered as a Republican nor a Democrat. I don't like Trump and I don't like Biden. But the Biden administration has done a lot of good things for immigrants. You can't deny that. So for that, I thank President Biden and his administration. If you believe that he is still there mentally, I don't. Whatever, his team is good. They're doing good things. We'll see what happens next. This is for immigrants only. Aziz says, can I terminate my court case after I have appealed? No, it's too late. You cannot terminate if it's still denied. Now, if the appeal wins, like if you win your appeal and it goes back to the immigration judge and they reopen your denial or deportation, yes, then you can ask to terminate it or do it like a prosecutorial discretion, admin closure or dismissal. But since you're denied and you need to be decided, you cannot terminate for now. A question from Code 1. He says, hello, Marina. Time for us, please. I have a friend who wants to apply for a marriage-based green card. They live separate, and his spouse lives in a shelter. They're trying to get an apartment together. Can he apply for a green card now? They have to wait. They're living together. I would wait personally, but a consultation. I would wait because for immigration, it's important that they live under the same roof. And Keto TV says, beautiful lawyers, you with my family. I've been here for 5 years without returning home. I have a pending VAWA. Can I go to my home country and then come back? Do I have advice? If you have an advanced parole, I am the lawyer who will tell you it's safe to travel. There is a reason why they gave it to you. Don't be afraid. If you don't have crimes, like you've never had a crime on your record, if you don't have a deportation right now on your record, if you had court and it was terminated, you can travel as long as you don't stay out too long and you keep checking on your VAWA, make sure that it doesn't get denied while you're out. I recorded a video later today. I had a plan already to talk about staying outside of US for too long on advanced parole or going, when you have a travel authorization and what it means. It's important not to abandon your applications. It's important not to stay out too long. Up to a month is okay for anyone in any status. So I think it's safe to travel if you don't have crimes, if you don't have a deportation on your record, if you don't have any issues with like Interpol or spying or FBI or anything like that, it's safe. Danilo and Peace says, I applied for removal of conditions based family petition. My extension is coming in 2 weeks, and I extended my residence for 48 months. Is this a good signal? apply with your form I-751 petition for removal of conditions, you will get extended automatically now for 48 months. This is a good sign. You can take your passport and this letter of extension, and it's safe to travel. You don't need anything else anymore. They will not give you a stamp. They told us to tell everyone to stop asking for stamps. You have the letter that gives you the 48 months. You're good to go for 48 months. And actually, I was checking yesterday, the time to get approved on your removal of conditions. By the way, guys, removal of conditions means you have the 2-year conditional green card and you applied for the 10-year condition, 10-year permanent 10-year green card. That's taking between 20 to like 26 months now. So it's still 2 years, a little bit more, but not 3 or 3.5 like it used to be. Okay, code 1 says he also has a sister who's applying, or she, I don't know who it is. I have a sister who's applying for U.S. citizenship. How long will it take? If you tell me what city she's applying in, I can tell you for sure. Naresh says, hello, ma'am. Good morning. Will the new HART virtual USCIS service center speed up the U visa process? I don't know yet. They're saying it will. That is one of the reasons they created this. I haven't seen the change in processing time so far. So for now, I don't see a big change, but maybe once they train them and they are up and running, it will work. If you want to know about the U visa situation, I can look that up for you. And I would love for you guys to learn how to do this yourself. Also, I'm not getting paid for advertising this, but there's a great app called Lawfully. I'm going to write it here. You can download this app called Lawfully. I typed it in the comments on YouTube. I'm going to try to do the same on Instagram so you guys can see. Lawfully. This app allows you to put in your information, what kind of case you have, all your information, like which service center you filed in, and it will tell you exactly how long you still have to wait. Like, it's not an exact number, but they do the checking for you, like I'm checking for you, right? So you can have that on your phone, and like a week from now, if you feel like checking again, you can check now. A week from now, it's a great app called Lawfully. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't know them, but I really like it. I'm getting good reviews about it. So check out this app called Lawfully. Lawfully. All right. So I'm going to uscis.gov. I will ask for processing times. This is how I can check how long the U visa will take. Okay, and I'm about to share my screen so you guys can see as well. Okay. It's so bad here. All right. So, this is weird. I wonder if it's because of me. My internet is so bad today. I don't know. I think it's me. My internet is down. Oh no, there it is. I'm in. All right. So you need the I-918 visa. And let's say we're talking about Nebraska. The U visa from the date you filed is taking 60 months, 60 months. That's approximately 5 years. Usually I hear that it takes about 2 years to 3 years to get the bona fide determination on your U visa. Okay, so back to me. Manish says, in a VAWA case, often they take fingerprints on the state. A document, can I travel anywhere in the world? Is it a problem for me in English? Okay. When you file, usually prints for your biometrics within a month, approximately a month after the filing date for VAWA. The travel document, we're talking about I-131, on the average is taking, I'm going to tell you for sure, I can never remember everything and just check myself. Advanced parole is taking around 18 months or less. Could be a year, could be 18 months. They're very delayed. Safe to travel if you don't have arrests, you don't have deportation on your record, you don't have like a court record, then you're fine. Kursoon Dadoshi says, after approval of VAWA, my case was transferred to the National Benefit Center. Is that a good or bad thing? It's neither good or bad. It's just where they're processing your case. How long will it take for the I-485 if it was starting to be processed today in NBC? It's hard to say. National Visa Center, I'm sorry, Vermont Service Center, after they approve VAWA, they send it to the National Benefit Center. The National Benefit Center will send it to your local field office, USCIS. It depends how long it's going to take. I always tell clients, give it a year. Give it a whole year. I don't know, it might take more or less, but give it a year. Mex says, it's been 3 months since my first prima facie for VAWA expired and still I haven't received a new one. Could it be a problem? So what we do is we have a reminder in our tasks for each case to check after like a month since the expiration of our client's prima facie. If we don't get anything, we email to the VAWA hotline email and we ask them for a new one and they will send it to you. Prince Adeyinka Ajibola says, hi, how can I move to US? There's so many options, but usually it starts with a visa. I would begin with a tourist visa. If you get the tourist visa, you come here, you can look around and see what the options are. There's work visa, there's marriage, there's asylum. It depends where you're from, depends on every situation. Give us a call. My information is on the bottom of the screen. Check out our website, shepelskylaw.com. Maybe you can contact us from there and we can do a consultation on your personal situation and figure this out together. Let me see the Instagram friends out. The long ranger says, hi, I'm from Bangladesh. Hi, Bangladesh. You guys, we've been really updating and making our English speaking Instagram where you are now. If you're watching on Instagram, more fun and more interesting. And we're getting a lot of friends from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and that part of the world that I love and my favorite clients come from those countries. Thank you so much for watching us and joining us. Okay. Okay. The Sandeep Shirova says, I want to settle in the US with my wife and 2 kids. If you can find a sponsor, a company who wants to hire you, we can help you with that. Jai Ranga says, hello, how are you? Janine Alam LVI says, how are you? And I'm just saying hello. Let's see on StreamYard. I can see my comments from YouTube. Okay, Hold One says, how USAS extends the 2-year green card to some months instead of giving you the 10-year green card. That's what they do because they give an extension to give themselves time to process your case. They get extra time. It's only because they're giving themselves the time and they cannot take your green card away. Once you have your green card, only a judge can take it away. So they give you an extension and then they'll look at the case and decide if they're going to agree to extend it to 10 years and make it permanent or not, and then you'll see. If you have a problem, give us a call. By the way, after this at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm planning to do a live on TikTok. If you love TikTok like I do, I'll see you in about 20 minutes on TikTok. On my account, Marina Shepelsky. One word, Marina Shepelsky. Laura Khan says, "Good morning, Marina. Hope you're having a great day." I'm here with you guys, so absolutely. Christine Donka says, "I leave my marriage after 4 years because of bad treatment. I'm awaiting my 10-year green card. What advice would you give us as my immigration situation?" If you filed for your 10-year green card with your spouse together, you can switch to the abuse base, a bad treatment green card, and you will just have to submit more proofs of marriage, and you will have to submit proofs of abuse. I suggest you go to psychologist. You get a letter from psychologist and any other witnesses, anybody who's seen how your spouse treated you badly, they can write you a letter and help you get it on your own. If you have questions, if you need help with this, give me a call 718-769-6352. It's a regular phone. If you're outside and you need WhatsApp, our WhatsApp is 718-679-3131. And you can also text us 718-215-9447. Ella says, "Hello, Marina. Good morning. How long does the I-730 take?" About 2 years, approximately. Farah says, "Can we expedite an I-130 petition for a married son of U.S. citizen?" Very, very hard to do. If you have a life or death situation, yes. If you just, you're having a hard time waiting for so long, no. Mariam Rabab says, "Case is LR1 in Islamabad, Pakistan case, NBC, GQ was November 2022. When can I expect an end?" No, Islamabad is pretty backed up. So I'm sorry, this is the spouse or child of U.S. citizen, IR1. They are backed up. I don't know if NBC has released your case to the embassy yet. If they have, then you have to wait for them to schedule the interview. I'm sorry, I know they're backed up and it's very hard to wait. Hi, Marinas, is Alex. Oh God, I don't know what this means. Adele says, "Good morning, ma'am. Any news on immigration court? My I-130 has been approved about 2 years ago, but my I-35 is pending because I'm in court since 2020. They keep my court date every year. Ask your lawyer to make a motion to terminate. And if you're able to get approved, like if you came with a visa, you don't have crimes, then your lawyer should make a motion to terminate. So they stop adjourning your case, they end it, they terminate or dismiss your immigration case in court completely. Your deportation will be closed, then the I-35 can be approved. Or ask the lawyer if they can ask to make a motion to expedite your next hearing and have the judge grant you the green from the court, from the judge, or from USCIS. If you want to make them, want to close your case sooner, ask them to just close out the deportation and get your green card from USCIS. Hello, says M. M says, "My husband's I-130 has been approved via USCIS. We know in the consular process." Oh, we are now in the USCIS consular process. My question is, the judgment of status requires adjustment of status. Okay, if he's here, right, then you can ask for adjustment of status green card here. If he's home, you need to go through the consular process. Feed Costanza, so the SEO score of your video is not good. No channel tag, no video tag. So videos are like the subscribers are less. I understand the SEO score. I'm not, not a professional SEO person. Sorry. Faisal Chowdhury says, "I overstayed in the US for 2 years and crossed the border. I came through Canada and I applied for refugee and now become permanent resident of Canada. How can I get USA visa again?" So you left I don't get it. So it looks like you stayed here for overstaying 2 years. Then you went to Canada and you got permanent residence of Canada. Now you're thinking to come back to US. The problem is if it's not been 10 years yet since you left, you have the ban for coming back, the 10-year bar. So I don't think there's any way you will get it. I'm sorry. My wife wants a divorce and my case is in immigration court. Will this affect my case in a way that's good or bad? It depends what kind of a case you have. Call us for consultation and then we can discuss. Um, I'm going to be wrapping up here. Miriam says the DQ for the IR1 is now November 22. Can I expect an interview letter in about 6 months? Yeah, that's reasonable. 6 months is reasonable. And then the question, can I expedite my case at NBC due to anxiety and depression? And can a state senator help me? Absolutely. If you have a medical letter you need to expedite, you can send it to them. They do consider these. I can't guarantee that you'll win, but yes, they will consider. Absolutely. I want to copy this and send this to my team, but I don't know how to do it. All right. The SEO score of my video is not good. Uh, I think, thank you, says Pella on Instagram. I got Nathan saying that I'm beautiful. I thank you. I really thank you for that. All right, so listen, guys, if you're watching me on Instagram, sign up and become a follower on my YouTube channel. On YouTube, you can find me. I'm attorney Marina Shepelsky, same name. If you want to become our Instagram subscriber, find me Shepelsky.attorney. And I will be in TikTok in about 15 minutes on my account, Marina Shepelsky, doing another live. So I'll see you there. And if not, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for all your questions. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.